Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to Smiley Said It. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about cheating. There's logistics to dating, which is crazy to say out loud. Looking for love is not something that you should be seeking. It's something that develops if it does. The moment you look for love, you're going to set yourself up to be a test dummy. You don't know the person that you're getting to know, right? As you get to know someone that you claim that you think you like, just give it time. And then you'll find out if you do like them or not. A lot of people are like, oh, this is the one because they did this or they said that or they look like this. People make up lies in their heads and they sell themselves a person that is not who they actually are because you don't know that person. I don't know what it is, but people rush. They want to rush to find their person. This is why I believe that people should stop telling people that there's someone out there for you. Because the moment you start telling people, like single people that are actually anticipating a monogamous relationship with someone, telling someone, like, yeah, there's someone out there for you. Yeah, don't do that. It's not guaranteed. Just because we exist does not mean that there is someone out there for us. There very well may not be. Our person may be ourselves, our person may be an animal, it may be our actual pet. Your person is a made up concept because in order to survive, we as women had to look for a partner back in the day. And now that we don't have to, a lot of women are struggling, and men too, with finding their placement in society as far as like who they are as individuals. When you have a partner, it's so easy to like embed yourself in their hobbies and their friendships and their family members and what they got going on. And it's so easy to like erase who you are over time. As women, we're socially conditioned to appease others, but also within our family dynamic. As daughters, we're taught to clean and cook and look after our fathers and our uncles and, make sure our male cousins are in check. A lot of that stems from the patriarchy. When we get into romantic relationships, we bring that type of baggage. A lot of women don't want to be looked at as failures when it comes to leaving a relationship. We see that in the workforce. A lot of people take pride, in America especially. A lot of Americans take pride in how long they've stayed at a job. People are like, yeah, I've been here for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I don't believe in staying at a job for too long if it's not going to make you have a living wage, if you don't get the same benefits or a fair share of the profits of a company. You should be growing. And to me, people that are growing don't stay at a job longer than like a few years. Unless you're in a certain position, of course, but you should be graduating. You should never be stagnant, especially in a relationship. The moment your relationship feels like a job, where you're like clocking in and out and you're just like there just to exist, it's time to like actually put your notice in, or it's time to like do no call, no show, aka ghosting. Now we're in 2026. You should not be in these so called romantic relationships that you're not happy in. You're not a tree, you can move.
You are not a tree. You can move.
You don't have to stay there, okay? You can do whatever you want. Tonight was the Grammys, and a lot of the people that I wanted to win won, including Kalani. No, she won 2 Grammys, I believe. Tonight's Grammys was very like Black excellence. The people that won tonight deserved everything. And it's Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Nobody can make you cheat. That's a choice. Even if it's a mistake, that's a choice. A bad choice, but it's a choice. We love to downplay our decisions that makes us look bad. If you look bad, all of a sudden you want to clean up your image. But if you actually believe what you did wasn't that bad, why not announce that? Why not say, yeah, I did that and I mean it? But people don't do that. I mean, I'm celibate, so
Got nothing to do with me.
it's not like I'm out here entertaining anybody. I don't have to worry about the shit that a lot of people are worrying about these days that are still actively looking for their one. I don't believe in that shit. I always say, like, if you want children, have children. But don't have children for somebody else. Like, don't have children because you're like, this person's going to be there for me at the end of the day. People change. They change their mind. Your partner can very well be invested right now, but something can happen where their brain alterates into becoming selfish all of a sudden, whatever that looks like, and you're stuck with the child or children, then what? You never should have a permanent decision based upon someone else's decision. It should always be yours. If your partner passes away or your partner doesn't have life insurance, did you have that into consideration before you had them? Some do, some don't. Some mothers are like, I thought he was going to be here for a while to help me take care of these children. That's why I had him. Never base your life on someone else's feelings or vibes in that moment, because people change their minds all the time. And people have the right to. You have the right to change your mind anytime, any moment. That's why I'm pro-choice. If in the beginning there's a couple that was like, yeah, I'm excited to have a baby, and then one of them started switching up or whatever, especially the man, she should be able to have an abortion, being like, you know what, I'm aborting not just our relationship, I'm aborting this clump of cells. We're done. I'm moving on with my life, and I'm going to do what's best for me. Forget what people have to say about it. One thing about me is I don't care what pro-lifers have to say. If you're pro-life, cool. Worry about your own uterus. Worry about your own life. But when you want to vote against people's rights and the rights for them to have autonomy over their own bodies and what they decide to do for their lives, that's when I have a problem. You don't have to have an abortion to shame others for living their lives as far as how they see fit. I don't understand it. I've had women leave comments under my page or under a comment that I posted under someone else's page, shaming me, like saying the most ridiculous things about me having an abortion, 2 abortions. I honestly don't feel anything about it. I don't feel no shame. In my last video, I turned 34 yesterday. I am solidified in my decisions for myself and what I see fit. No one can shame me about having an abortion. No one can shame me about a lot of things because I've accepted it. I made my choice. That's why I'm pro-choice, because we should all have the choice for ourselves. If you choose not to have an abortion, great. If you choose to have an abortion, great. That's where I'm at in life. I don't feel the need to go under people's pages shaming them for doing adult film when they were like 19 years old and they needed money for their college books. I don't shame women for getting involved in S work. I don't understand how people feel the righteousness to do that, for choosing what's best for them. It's so devastating, to be honest, when I see the comments like this one. Comments like this one. It's crazy to me. Like, who are you? I don't know you. You don't know me. But you felt so compelled to tell me my story about me, to me. And you're wrong. When you've been on the internet for a while, like, you're going to get a lot of people that say the most horrific things to you. I check them. I block them. If your needs aren't being met, you should be comfortable by telling your partner, like, hey, I'm not liking it here. Thought I would be getting something different. It's no different than working at a job. That's why we have the 3-month period, right? To test things out to see if your job is for you. No harm, no foul. Just be like, hey, I tested it out and the way that it's looking, I'm not really liking it. Only you know who you are. Only you know what you like and what you desire. The other person is only basing their relationship based upon what you're telling them. There's attractive people everywhere. Always going to be someone more attractive than you, according to somebody else. Because of that, if you're someone that's jealous, if you're someone that's insecure when it comes to your partner liking photos on Instagram, leaving heart emojis, for an example, I think it's wise to tell your partner that in the very beginning stages. You don't want to wait until it happens, because then you're going to be gaslit as if you're this jealous, insecure person. But meanwhile, you're actually not. You're probably just like, this is not something that I'm used to. This is not something that I've ever experienced in my past relationships. This is completely a foreign situation to me. And since it's actually introduced to me, I want to bring it up to you and let you know that I don't like it. Depending on how that person receives that, either the person understands or they don't. And it's based upon people being afraid to let go of the experiences that they've developed over the certain amount of time. This is why marriages that should have not lasted as long as they have lasted last as long as they do, because people are afraid of like having their church their family, their friends shame them for breaking up with a person. When we think we've met our person, we get so excited and we tell people about it way too soon. If you meet someone new, do not let them pressure you to tell your loved ones about them. That's happened to me before. Where they're like, did you tell your sister about me? Did you tell your mother about me?
Who's this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't.
No, I didn't, because we're still trying to figure out what we're doing. Why would I go and tell my friends and family about you when I barely know who you are? Why are you pressuring me to be this person for you so soon? Another thing, the way that people talk about marriages is actually toxic as fuck. When I thought I wanted marriage, I was falling for like the whole timeline of, if he doesn't propose to me during this amount of time, that means he doesn't love me. A man knows when he loves you. A man knows when he's supposed to propose to you. When people are like, oh, you should know what a man wants. A man knows when he wants a woman. He's going to propose. He's going to propose within 6 months to a year. He's not going to play games. Meanwhile, there are men that quote unquote think he knows what he wants, proposes to a woman after like 6 months to 2 years, and he's abusive. Or there's a man that does propose within 3 years and he's not. I feel like society sets up women to have these like sayings embedded in their brain where it's like, a man should propose to you within 2 years. In my opinion, no. If he does, it can be based upon different scenarios, right? We should not be telling women that if a man doesn't propose to you within 2 years, he doesn't want you. That's not true. If you desire marriage and he desires marriage, that should be like a communication type of thing. Expecting to be married within a couple of years, I don't think. No, don't do that. I believe you should get to know someone as long as possible before you tie the knot, before you get the government involved in your relationship. As we see, the number one killer to pregnant women today is due to their partner. Did you know that? Did you know it's not child labor, it's actually their partner? The idea of having children is fun. The idea of getting married before having children, a lot of people believe that's a bragging right. But is it when you actually have a partner that actually doesn't care about you or your unborn child, and when your child is born and you're left to do all the duties and take care of the child, and as long as you have a man? I don't think so. I posted on Threads, right, that I don't congratulate every pregnancy announcement, which I don't, because a lot of pregnancies should not be happening. And someone said, oh, well, all pregnancies are a blessing. And I told them I'm an atheist. The blessings and the God's will, and it goes in one ear and out the other. I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in a God. I don't believe that God exists until proven otherwise. When people bring that up, I'm like, having the desire to have children is fine. I understand that. But being able to take care of children are two different things. The desire to have children is one thing, but the actual ability to take care of those children are two separate things. And I will judge you based upon those two separate things, right? Cool, you want to be a mother. Society tells women you need to be married, you need to do this, you need to do that in order to be respected in society as a mother. Society tells you if you're not married and you have children, you're a dub. If you get married and have children and you ask for a divorce because your husband's not taking care of the household or the children, you're a dub. When the husband or the baby daddy leaves and you stay to take care of the children, you're still a dub because you're a single mother. So no matter what you do, you're going to be deemed as the bad person as a woman that had a child with someone that was not capable of being a good partner. I recently just watched an interview of Shaquille O'Neal talking about cheating and how he said there's like 3 different types of cheaters. And one of them was a man being forced to cheat. Basically, a woman forcing his hand to step out of the monogamous relationship. About that, if 2 people get into a monogamous relationship and they decide, you know, hey, these are my boundaries, this is what I will accept, this is what I will not accept, this is what triggers my insecurities, etc. And both of them, you know, agree like, hey, okay, cool. I will participate in this relationship with you. No one can make you cheat. No one can force your hand. Although I do understand that there are relationships where people feel emotionally neglected, sexually neglected, as far as like intimacy goes. No dates being planned. We're not actually participating in any activities. Can only cheat given the opportunity. So if there's an opportunity for you to cheat and step out on your partner, that person will do so. That's a character flaw. That's not just based upon opportunity. All of us have free will. So if I decide, you know what, I want a different type of person to please me other than my partner that I agreed to be monogamous with. The other type of cheater is they understand that, but they still don't care. And they will definitely continue cheating. Regardless of what their partner says, regardless of how their partner feels, they're going to step out and they're going to cheat. And then there's the other side where people feel like, oh, I've been with this person for so long, I have to stick it through. Like, I have to make it work. If you're not capable of being loyal and honest, a lot of people have to be honest with themselves. Before they get into relationships, be honest with yourself. Because to me, if you're not a monogamous person, which means you can't dedicate yourself to just one person in a romantic relationship, because you have wandering eyes, you have separate needs, whatever it is. You should be able to communicate that with the person in the beginning. Like, hey, are you monogamous? Are you expecting a monogamous relationship? If not, I'm with you. People want to have their cake and eat it too, right? So you can't be spreading it wide and laying it low while you have somebody, waiting for you to come home, because STDs are real. Cheating is a level of betrayal because you made an agreement with someone. If you are honest and saying, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I desire, but you're attracted to me, are you accepting of that? And if the person says no or yes, you go from there. A lot of people just don't know how to be honest about what their needs and desires are in a relationship. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, peace, love, and happiness.